Hello, everybody. Pete Caliendo, Baseball Outside the Box. I'm your host. That's the show that loves to interview baseball's best coaching minds who love the challenge, the status quo. We interview coaches in the U.S. and around the world. We're currently on Facebook. Just sending out a couple of messages. We'll be having some podcasts this week. We'll let you know who the guests are. Just a thought for our coaches out there in the U.S. and around the world. Something to think about. My question to all of you, which I ask myself a lot of times, that's why we call it baseball outside the box, thinking outside the box when it comes to coaching, whether it's baseball, sports, or the game of life. Have you ever thought about, are you training yourself to think ahead? What do I mean by think ahead? Well, think ahead in games, think ahead in practices, think ahead the day before what you're going to do, why you're going to do it, what's the reason for it. What you're trying to accomplish. I know many times I'm in bed and man, I'm already thinking what I want to do the next day when it comes either a podcast or training or whatever it may be, a coach's program anywhere in the world. There's always a thought process trying to go on and thinking steps ahead, especially in a ball game, right? In a ball game, you want to be thinking 2, 3, 4 innings ahead. Sometimes, on the night before, you're thinking some of those things. And a lot of that will carry over into your life. You think about what you eat the night before. I'm preparing already what my breakfast is going to be. I'm going to make sure I got it organized, detailed, so that way I'm eating the right things. I know what to order when I go to the grocery store. And anything I do, I try to think ahead so that way I minimize some mistakes, some failures. You're always going to fail. You're always going to make mistakes, but you can minimize them. So little thought for food right there. Thinking ahead. Do you do it? Do you train yourself? And I want to throw another one at you. Are you asking your players to do that? Are you asking your players to think during the game? I know I didn't do that when I played. Nobody taught me that. I was just up there and whatever the coach gave me the signs, that's what I did. But are you asking your players to think, especially if you've got practice games, would you bunt in this situation? Maybe have your players give you a sign. Right? It could be a sign that you want to bunt. It's practice. While they're thinking, you can pick off that sign or steal or whatever the situation may be. Try to get your players to think more often. Something you may do that gets them to think about the game and also respect the game, coaching the bases in a practice. Being an umpire behind home plate gains a lot of respect for what it really takes to be an umpire. You're always keeping the players in the game. And now they've got to think ahead a little bit too, because they've got to think about what are they going to be doing if they're umpiring, what's the situation? Man on first. I got to be prepared. If there's a bunt, where do I go? What do I do? So it's constantly thinking ahead as much as possible. Now we're going to get more in depth. I just want to throw that out to our coaches in the U.S. and around the world. Are you as a coach specifically thinking ahead, training yourself to think ahead in practices or games, and even in real life? So that's my little thought for today. Hope everybody's doing well. Remember, stay safe, stay healthy. God bless you all. Hopefully you went to church today, and thank God for what you've been able to do. And guess what? I'm looking forward to seeing you on the next podcast. Bye, everybody. Have a great Sunday.